You know, I keep thinking about what that guy said to me about how I better not come to work stinking. And that's how a lot of people feel about homeless people. A lot of people are like, I don't want homeless people near me because they stink. And like, to me, that's a weird way of looking at that. Like, maybe, in my honest opinion, your first thought should be, hey, that person shouldn't be homeless. That person should have a home or a room or somewhere where they can just go and relax and be, you know? Like I've stopped hanging out with people because like we'll be out somewhere and they will trash homeless people, and then like sometimes I tell them, sometimes I don't, but I'll stop talking to them because it's just like, if that's how you feel about that homeless person you don't know, you don't need to know that I'm also homeless. And I've also gotten comments, oh, you don't look homeless, you don't smell homeless, you act homeless, you don't carry yourself as a homeless person. And I'm just like, what does that even fucking mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, homeless people are just people. I have noticed this trend of myself saying this in every single fucking video, but I feel that it needs to be said because people feel once you lose access to a home, a house, a roof, you cease to exist, and like it's not how life works. Like no one should have to live in squalor. Like I don't believe people should exist in living with roaches and rodents. Like that's no one should have to live in squalor. No one should have to live homeless. No one should have to struggle to survive, especially when there's a whole class of billionaires that are just making even more money every single year. Like, how are the people at the top making so much money, but the people at the bottom are just we're losing money every year? Like simple shit like smoking a vape is getting expensive. Simple shit like eating is getting expensive. Simple shit like taking a shower, watching TV, living. Yeah. And like it's bad enough I'm going through domestic abuse, but I feel like it's worse. I'm going through domestic abuse while the entire country is getting abused. So it's like there is no end goal. There is no end sight. It does get very depressing. Especially going to sleep and waking up in my car, going to sleep and waking up to people fucking with me, because like people have no respect for the next human being. People have no empathy for the next human being. People see someone sleeping in the car and say, oh, you're lazy. And it's just not like, hey, maybe that person is going through some shit. They're homeless and they can't sleep at night because they're up all night thinking about shit, you know? Like I feel like I can't really take a mental health break either because I need to keep working. I was the stay-at-home parent. I had no access to the finances. So when I was removed from the home, put out onto the street like a piece of trash, that was intentional. That was very intentional. And I was put out in the middle of winter. So I was put onto the street with every intention to die. You know? 3 years later, and she's still upset that I haven't died. She's still legally abusing me and still upset that I'm surviving. And like I remember telling her, this is well before the divorce started, like a couple years before all this shit started. She was just being very nasty for like a whole 2-3 week period, just like very angry and bitter, and just like wouldn't tell me what the issue was so that we could move past it, And one day I realized like you really have no reason to come home and be angry. Like you, you come home to a clean house. You don't have to cook because either I cook or your dad cooks. Like you come home and scream at me and the kids over a fucking pen being on the table. So like what is it? You're never happy, and I don't think you're ever going to be happy. So what is the issue? And I remember saying to her, like, it feels like you're trying to break me. And I need you to understand you're never going to do that. It doesn't matter what you do to me, what you throw at me, you're never going to buck break me. You're never going to break me. And I feel like she took that as a challenge, and she 100% believes, because she was able to break every other fucking man she was with to suicide or mental collapse. Like, yeah, I'm never gonna be mentally the same again, but you're not gonna break me to the point of where I end up in an institution and you have access to me still. I don't like the fact that she still has access to me now. Like, we are still legally married. Well, she gets to go around parade and tell people that I'm holding up the divorce, and she's divorced and living life as a divorced woman. She gets to legally abuse me whenever the fuck she feels like it, because nobody has put a stop to it yet. And until somebody does, I'm literally a punching bag for a 36-year-old woman who has no impulse control. I'll be back soon.